The filter-free diary.
Hey, it's 12:21. How do you even start this? All right, so I'm gonna tell you so many things that you probably are not even gonna understand how to understand, but that's okay. We're gonna do it anyways. So in so in episode 218, QRS, which actually happens to be airing today. Yes, of course it does. And in QRS, I get so triggered. And why do I get so triggered? Not just because I'm reflecting a trigger, I'm, doing the 218, but because Spirit told me I was supposed to teach you guys how to read the numbers. And then all of a sudden, for this episode, the tongue starts getting out of control and it's just telling you what every single letter is, and it starts at Q and it tells you, it's the 17. It's the only thing that gets a U all the time, even though it's not an L. And then it tells you about the R and it tells you about the S, and I'm like freaking out. And I get so annoyed because it's doing the opposite of what it told me. But what it told me is what I needed to hear to set up the perception so that when we walk through that, it could trigger me. It could reflect the 18. It could reflect the trigger. And there I am, triggering out left and right because I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, Spirit? You told me one thing and we're doing a different thing. And it told me the thing I needed to hear so that I could reflect that trigger just right. And I'll let you in on a secret. The last thing it says, where it's like, well, what about? It wasn't going to say anything else. It told me it wasn't going to say anything else. And I had a split second to be like, and that's the only thing I could think of to stop the tongue, because it told me there was nothing else coming and I had to stop the tongue. And if you're thinking, oh my God, Spirit is just tricking us left, right, and sideways. Yes, it is doing that thing. But I told you all along, I am the fiddle. I'm just being played left, right, and sideways so I can make music for you so you guys can understand these numbers. And that's what we've been doing this whole time. It's not even always a thing. It's always a thing. I mean, it is always a thing, but every single episode is an example of what it is. Like, if you look at episode 27, reflecting the story, what is it called? It's called Nomad. And what am I doing? I'm nomading my ass all across America and across Europe. That's what I'm doing. And that is what's been happening in all of these. You're not always seeing the other side, right? Because Spirit and I are doing this weird thing inside the head, and it only comes out and makes noise on the outside when it wants to, when it needs to, when it can do the thing that it wants to do. To explain to you the numbers, because that's what this whole mosaic is. That's what it's doing. That's not what I was doing. But I'm just here to help, and that's what I was made for. I was just made to help, and so that's what I'm doing. But you should understand that its whole motivation this whole time has been to explain those numbers to you, and we are at the 360 now, and now I get to tell you what the 36 is, because if you've been following along, we talk about the 36, and I even told you that Hungary, which is not Hungary, Hungary got the 36, and yeah, it did, because I'm Hungarian. And I don't know if you guys know what 36 is. I'm sure you've probably tried to guess. Like, what is a 3? Well, It's creativity, right? It's the mind. It's also chaos, right? You know what a good prefix for the mind is? She's nervous. Shut up. A good prefix for the mind is psycho, right? Like psychology is the study of the mind, right? So if I wanted to say, you know, psychology in a word, I would probably say 32, right? Because that's the mind and then studying it or reflecting it, right? So psychology could be the number 32. But we're not talking about 32. No, we're not. We're talking about 36. So what can 36 be? Psycho what? What is a 6? Yeah, you said it, not me. But not for nothing, yes, that is the trip around the sun. When you get to day 361, did I say that right? Yes, thank you. That is a specific kind of one. That is a specific kind of spirit. What kind of spirit is it? A 36 spirit. And the 2 is a specific kind of reflection. And a 3 is a specific kind of creativity. And a 4 is a specific kind of desire. And a 5 is a specific kind of balance. And what are we ending on? The 36-5. And you know what that means? Tobacco girl! Fucking weirdo. Have a good afternoon.